All right, guys. Today we are going to be reacting to Heligoland, Germany's island outpost with Simon Calder. Simon Calder. All right. All right. Let's see what's going on here, guys. Beautiful view. Damn.
Guten Tag. I'm having fun.
Guten Tag.
In Germany, of course. But not Germany as you might know it. I'm about 80 miles from the city of Hamburg in a northwesterly direction. And if you've got your map, you'll think, steady on, that's in the middle of the North Sea. And you would be quite right. I'm on Heligoland, or Helgoland as they call it now in Germany. But for many years, it was actually a British possession. We swapped it for Zanzibar. Before that, it was Danish.
Oh, wow.
Cast adrift in the North Sea, fragments of Germany that have been invaded and traded, attacked and blown up, so much that it's a miracle Heligoland has survived to become one of Europe's most fascinating island adventures.
Yeah.
Getting there is all
Wow.
part
And there's a lot of people living here too, man. Look at this. There's people living here, guys.
of the experience. The main island is known in German as Hauptinsel, or just Helgoland, and its smaller sibling, Duna, is just to the east. Both are about 30 miles from the coast of mainland Germany. And Duna is handily flat, which is just as well if you're approaching by air. You can fly in on a small plane from Cuxhaven Airport, which is basically a strip of concrete with a hut attached. There's one pilot, which is all you need for a 15-minute hop. This isn't your average flight to a holiday island. The service is strictly no frills and huge fun because you get really good views of the jigsaw
Gorgeous.
and mudflats on the Wadden Sea that decorates the northwest coast of Germany before the North Sea proper comes into view. Just as well, there's plenty of in-flight entertainment because the journey on the Britain-Norman Islander cost around £100, making it one of Europe's most expensive air hops per mile, and that's only one way. All too soon, you come in to land to a place that certainly appears to be weird. Let's see if it's wonderful.
Wow.
First, the quick hop across on the little ferry from Duna to Heligoland proper. Oh, and if you don't fancy the flight, then the fast ferry from Hamburg is less expensive and for some reason appears to have escaped from the island of Cyprus. And the slow ferry from Cuxhaven is cheaper still, popular with ornithologists and their camera equipment.
What will make you think, or what will make you want to go to that island and just live there? Right? There has to be a reason why. That island is literally in the middle of nowhere, guys.
Heligoland is defiantly all at sea. Geologists reckon that 1,000 years ago it was actually a sandstone punctuation to marshland that stretched all the way across to what is now the German coast.
Wow.
Parts of the shoreline are protected by concrete against the stormy ravages of the North Sea.
Yep, and that, of course, the sediment, what they call that? I forgot the word. And that way the island doesn't disappear, right? I forgot the word of it. I
The
forgot,
island
man.
is divided into the Unterland, the lowland, and the Oberland, which is where I am now, along with this attractive palm. Because, would you believe, yes, Heligoland is in the Gulf Stream. So even though it's not as warm as Zanzibar, which we swapped it for, it is a lot better than you might imagine climatically. All through the winter, they say. The German name.
What about this section over here, right? Right here in the north part of the island. Wouldn't you want to extend the island a little bit more? You see what I'm saying? Like, just cover this a little bit. You extend a little bit more, have more terrain.
Helgoland may mean Holy Land, but in 1947 the British devastated the place and laid waste to all the fortifications on the island in an unholy Big Bang.
Damn.
The largest non-nuclear explosion in human history. The Royal Navy bombed it back to the Stone Age rather than run the risk that it could once again be a German stronghold. 5 years later, Heligoland was handed back to Germany, and it's now home to 1,400 people and a holiday hideaway.
Wow.
Most of the permanent residents live in the south of the island where the ships arrive.
Yep.
Tourism is the economic fuel in summer, mostly day trippers, though you can stay overnight in waterfront properties such as the Hoxsey Insel Hotel. But fishing
I love how the
continues
animals are just right there in front of you.
all year round. Apart from the island's natural good looks, part of the appeal to tourists is the duty-free status of Heligoland, much like the Channel Islands south of the UK. Time to
Right here, man. It's
explore.
gorgeous.
You have
Look at
a
that.
choice of
Wow.
walks, but no
Gorgeous.
bicycles. They were banned after one too many collisions between cyclists and pedestrians.
Oh.
The sandstone cliffs are spectacular, sculpted by time and sometimes RAF bomber command into intricate shapes, infiltrated wherever possible by vegetation, providing a perfect
Man, that's
platform for what
gorgeous.
feels like a serene
See, there's space.
rural village,
There's a little bit of space to expand the island, guys.
complete with a flock of sheep, some charming cottages and gardens. Though unlike most quiet German hamlets, Heligoland has two massive communication towers. Implausibly, the scientist Heisenberg came up with
Yep.
his
Man,
uncertainty
look at that. Wow.
principle on Heligoland.
That's gorgeous. There you have the
No,
church right
I'm
in the
not
middle.
sure why either.
So I'm guessing there might be very religious as well. Not only for the church, but usually when you have a very isolated communities like that, they're very highly religious. I might be wrong. Let me know in the comment section below.
The island is full of surprises such as what may be sculpture or industrial archaeology.
Okay.
The northern end of the island is decorated with sandstone pillars that show the unique geology of Heligoland, both natural and man-made.
Look at that. Wow.
This is also where you'll find the highest concentration of seabirds,
Yep.
which greatly outnumber human residents on Heligoland.
There you go. That's kind of
These
crazy.
are a few of the 50,000 gannets who occupy the island from March to October. They're very relaxed with humans. No zoom lens was involved in the making of this shot. By the way, their speciality is vertical diving, reverse tombstoning if you like, to catch fish. In
Wow.
winter, they wisely fly south to Africa, where I've never seen them in Zanzibar.
Africa. Why
So,
would they go to
did the
Africa?
British get the best of that geographical exchange? Well, possibly, but Heligoland is still worth a day of anyone's
Yeah,
time.
and there's the gorgeous.
It's
The
expensive.
fact that people still living in that island, the population is quite high. That's what I like.
But it's worthwhile. It's a tiny fragment of history, all isolated in the North Sea and just waiting for you to have some fun in.
This was the most British documentary I've seen about Germany. The guy sounds so British, and even the format is so British. It's crazy. Simon Calder. Simon, right? Simon Calder. Very nice, man. There's a lot of people in the island, guys. Don't get it twisted. Let me see if I can get a nice view of it, right? Look at that. There's quite some people there, man. This is no joke. Quite some people there. Probably a lot of retirees. There were some young people, but I don't know why. That is interesting. There might be like I guess it might be restrictions regarding how many kids or how many people can be in the island. That's something very interesting. You have to answer, right? Ask, not answer. Ask. How many people can be in the island? I don't know. But let me know what you guys think. I will see you in the next one.